Posted by user ThrowRA999333, titled, I, 29 female, made my stepfather, 50 male, an outsider at my wedding that he paid for. I need to make it up to him, but I don't know how. So I ruined the memory of the best day of my life because I was too blind to see what I was doing. Oh no. I ruined the memory of the best day of my life because I was too blind to see that what I was doing was hurting one of the most important people in my life. I got married 2 months ago to the love of my life, and he finally opened my eyes to what I did. He showed me the perspective that I didn't understand. When I was 5, my father just disappeared without a trace. He and my mum were already separated by that point, but he was still living with us. 3 years later, my mum started dating Rob. He was quite a bit younger than she was. I believe that she was 34 and he was 26. Today he is very wealthy. He wasn't when he met my mum, and he treats my mother like a queen. Whenever she's around him, she looks like the happiest person in the world. My younger sister looks a lot like me and mum, but her personality is for sure a reflection of her dad. Always telling jokes and being just a nice person all around, while me and my mum are more serious and cold. Also, as I got older, Rob became more present in my life. He got married to my mum, and she got pregnant. But it was still pretty weird seeing him as a father figure, mostly because people would assume that he was my brother all the time. When I was in high school, I was dating this boy, and he broke up with me at my friend's house. My mum was on a night shift, and I had to ask Rob to pick me up. When he did, he comforted me, took me to get ice cream, and when we got home, he told me something like this, without knowing what happened. Whoever made you sad doesn't understand that you were the best girl in the world, and it's their loss. Don't beat yourself up because other people are too stupid to see it. I just said to him that I wish you were my dad. He smiled and said that he wished that too, and he could be if I wanted. We left it at that. I never called him dad, but from that point forward, I saw him as a father, and I think he knows it. I finally reconnected to my biological father about a year ago. It happened because I got engaged. When I came to my mum's house one day, he was there and I couldn't even recognize him. He was way thinner than he was when I was a kid. He struggled for years with depression and substance abuse. My mum and Rob actually helped him to get clean, and they even paid for his stay at a great rehabilitation center. We decided to stay together, and that it was time for me to finally meet him again. They decided it together that it was time for me to finally meet him again. I'm just going to check something over here. Rob and my mother paid for everything at my wedding. Rob and my mother paid for everything at my wedding, and everything was amazing. The church was beautiful, my husband looked amazing. The one mistake I made, I chose my biological father over Rob. I chose the man that did abandon me for over 20 years over the one that took me in as his own and gave me everything he could when he didn't have to. I chose the man that broke my mother's heart over the one that saved her. I don't know why I did what I did. Looking back on it, I feel so effing stupid. My dad didn't deserve to walk me down the aisle. My dad didn't deserve to be in all the pictures with my mum and my husband's parents. It should have been Rob. I don't know. I think I was compensating for the time that I lost with my dad. Everything was still so fresh with him. I was helping him out. He talked to me every day. I felt like he deserved to be back in my life. When we decided who were giving speeches, we had to cut some because it was just too many, and me and my husband didn't really like the idea of hearing speeches for an hour and a half, so we decided for 5 people each. When I gave the list to my husband, he even asked, "No Rob?" And I said, "Yeah, my mum's already doing one." The others I chose were 2 of my bridesmaids, my mum, and my sister. She really pushed for it, and again, my dad. My husband said that I should reconsider. He even thought of giving up one of his to put Rob in. I said that it was fine. He didn't need to do that. My whole thinking was when doing this was that Rob has my sister. He will have his moment. This was the only chance that my dad had. But I went too far. I completely cut him out of the party, basically. If you look at the photos, it doesn't even look like he went. My mom looks like she's faking a smile in half of the pictures. I don't have a single picture with him. He only appears in group pictures, and some with my husband. I only realized all of this when I texted Rob 2 days ago, asking him about a gift if I'm... I only realized all of this when I texted Rob 2 days ago asking him about a gift I'm giving my husband for his birthday. He answered, and then asked about my car that is with a mechanic friend of his. He answered. Then I asked him something about my insurance, and he did not answer. A little over an hour later, my mum called me. She just said, "Do you have no shame? Do you not understand what you did?" I just listened, and she told me not to talk to Rob for now. I was just so effing confused. I got home and told my husband, and he just said that he knows what she is referring to, but he will talk to her first. Later, he showed me the wedding photos. He went step by step on everything I've listed here. He talked calmly and broke it down for me. By the end, I was crying so much that I had a headache. What an inconsiderate idiot that I am. He told me that he and my mum didn't tell me anything before the party because Rob asked me not to. He understood that it was important for me and my father to be a big part of... He understood that it was important for my father to be a big part of this day, and when they protested, he said that they should not make me worry about these small things. I don't know what changed from before the party to now. My mom only tells me that he needs a bit of time and that he'll talk to me soon. My husband keeps telling me that I made a mistake, but Rob will be understanding and will forgive me, and I know that he will. He 100% has already forgiven me. He probably felt something when I was texting him that day that broke him down. I don't know what I said to trigger him at that moment, but also it doesn't really matter. I did the real damage at the party, probably since he appeared to be fine with everything else before it. It was not fine by any means. I have to make it up to him. I don't know how to do it, but I just do. I guess I'm just writing this because I'm a little lost. I'm too ashamed to talk about it with anyone else that I know, apart from my mum and husband. She doesn't tell me anything, and my husband keeps insisting that everything will be fine, and for me to not worry too much about it. And he's probably right, but I feel like me not worrying about this is just being inconsiderate to Rob again. I have to worry. I just don't know what to do. I'm now at work, and the only thing I can think of about is this. Nothing else matters to me right now. If someone has any kind of idea how I can make it up to him, I would greatly appreciate it. Edit, literally 40 minutes after I uploaded this, my mom texted me saying that Rob wants to speak to me tonight. Ooh, spooky. What does Rob want? He's gonna come kill you, OP. You've desecrated him. Oh my god. I want in the comments, Revolutionary Hat 8988 says, I want to hug Rob. We all need a Rob in our lives. For sure. I know that her thoughts right now are probably looking at him like a saint due to her gigantic F-up, but if he's even half of what she described, damn, that's a good dude. I wish I had a Rob growing up. Me too. My nephew has a Rob in his life, and I'd be so disgusted if he acted like this. I don't think that I'd be able to see him for a long while. I have a Rob, except my bio dad never got better, and he was so terrible that none of us would have anything to do with him, and I have nothing for him but rage. I cannot effing fathom treating my Rob anything like that. Disgusting. My Rob wasn't wealthy and he had problems too, but he loved us all more than anything and anyone. I'm not doing the work for OP. They don't deserve our help. Rob is their dad, but for whatever narcissistic reason, they see fit to barely even apologize. Grow up. Old Welcome 7940 says, good news. I bet Rob forgives you. Bad news, he doesn't see you as his daughter anymore, and he probably never will. What you did can't be changed. You can't make up for it. You took the man who gave you more than any other man ever, and took him for granted. You will never be able to undo it, fix it, or make up for it. Even worse, even after all of that, he hoped that you would realize your mistake and he would feel like he raised you well enough to figure it out and try to fix it. He now also feels like you don't see him as a dad, but also that is 100% his own fault for failing you as your dad. I suggest you just pray someday he sees your kids as grandkids and is the amazing grandpa that he can be for them. But other than that, go see a therapist and figure out what is wrong with you. Because this isn't a singular mistake inside of a small moment. This was a series of repeated decisions, and honestly shows that you have a lot to work on. I just can't get over the fact that OP's husband tried to point it out to her before it ever happened. Was she truly that oblivious? Well, my guess is upper class, or at least upper middle class. Higher up on the look scale, never had to struggle for much, and so she never learned to appreciate those around her or what they do for her. 10 speeches at her wedding, but no room for Rob, is proof enough that the world revolves around her. I doubt this. The way she writes does not suggest upper class. Well, she mentioned that he is now very wealthy. Maybe she ended up living an upper class life down the road thanks to him. You don't know upper class that has just skated by then on looks and connections, never had to struggle, never had to develop self-awareness. I bet she's upper middle / upper class. Ooh, Opie is getting destroyed here. What is going on? You are almost 30 and needed all of this pointed out to you? You made multiple conscious choices to exclude Rob from your wedding and only cared after you brought up an issue with your insurance, another thing that he helped pay for. At your age, you should know that choices have consequences. I'm not sure that there is anything you can do to make up for the choices that you made. How can he trust her? She probably just calls him when she needs something from him. Yeah, she didn't just exclude him from walking her down the aisle, she also chose 2 bridesmaids to make speeches over the man who raised her and paid for the wedding. I wonder what OP wants money for now. She's seeing that she's just suddenly getting the guilts. Oh my god. I recommend you start by telling Rob, I'm sorry, I'm an oblivious, inconsiderate asshole, and go from there. I think that would be a good start. Yes, I think that would be a nice place to start the conversation, OP. It's not looking too good for you right now. Wow. 29 years old and still acting a fool. Ain't that crazy? When you have all the notifications on, but YouTube doesn't notify you that I'm streaming. Isn't that crazy? Justice for Rob. Oh my god. We aren't in Am I the Asshole, but regardless, huge asshole. Yeah, in this situation, OP is a gigantic asshole for what they've done here. Oh my god. I don't know if there is any coming back from this one as well. If I'm Rob in this situation, you're not my daughter after this. I agree with that comment. Like, wow. This would just hurt me so much if I were Rob. If I'm in Rob's shoes, this is something that I'm not easily going to forgive if I do forgive this one. He paid for the wedding, and OP took a shit on his plate. Rob deserves so much better. Sorry, I'll try and read every single comment that you guys gave me. Let's go. I think he knows it. Oof. Oh, Rob? No, tell him. Thinking he knows isn't enough. He chipped in. Just cut all speeches. Let's be real. The likely only person who wants to hear them is Granny Margaret. Don't pick certain people. Why'd you choose the man that did nothing for you? Hits home this one. Poor Rob. Damn, Rob's gonna be really hurt. Every subreddit is Am I the Asshole if you give a judgment anyways. So yeah. Let's give it a judgment, huh? Start a poll. Not the asshole. You're the asshole. Everyone sucks here. Let's see, any troll votes for the everyone sucks here, guys? Justice for Rob. I was so confused. Oh, we know. Or even if his trust is gone, I think. Justice for Rob. Poor Rob, man. How does one unintentionally leave out someone who they claim to love as a father from every picture? You're asking me, mate. Yeah, he's my dad. He raised me for 20 years, but he doesn't get to be in any pictures at my wedding, the day that he would be looking forward to since he took me in. No, actually, the asshole that abandoned us and left us to die gets to be in it. He hasn't earned it, and I just feel like he should be in it over you, Rob. Screw you, man. Jeez. OP robbed 90% you're the asshole is crazy. I'm going to bed mad because of OP. Don't go to bed mad, Epic Zo. Go read the Canadian story with the silly little sayings that he has. That'll cheer you up. I have to agree with those calling her like C-U-N-T. I don't know if I'm allowed to swear on live stream. I feel like I'm going to get in trouble from the current CEO. The chat is a Rob support zone only. Absolutely. We're banning any Rob dissenters who voted not the arsehole. I'll hand them out back. Just want to have a talk with them. I don't know. I can't see who votes, unfortunately. We can't take anyone down in this instance. The betrayal that OP has committed, I completely understand if Rob doesn't want to talk to her anymore. She sounds like she acted like he was her ATM rather than family. Well, yeah, it very much shows where she just asks him for basically money. And there's like 3 questions that he gave answers. And the way that OP described it as well, oh, I asked him for something, he answered. I asked him for something again, he answered. And then I asked a 3rd time, and he didn't answer. What did I do wrong? Isn't that so crazy? Apologize with adult adoption. Adult adoption? Yeah, get the bio dad to adopt you back, since he's so important. I don't think OP can really make it up. Their relationship has changed fundamentally, and unless OP can invent a time machine, it can't be made up. Yeah, I think this is like such a betrayal that I don't think there is making up for this one. There's apologizing, and there's moving forward, but he's never going to forget this moment. That was disgusting. No, definitely, this is something that he gets over. I could never even look him in the eyes. Be the Rob you want to see in the world. Absolutely. Be the Rob you want to see in the world. Wait for the update, Epic Zo? No. We're not waiting for the update here, guys. We're jumping to conclusions. Taking Rob for granted is so weird to me. The hell, I'd love a Rob. I'd love a Rob too. I've got space in my family for Rob and Dopey's mum. You know what? We'll take them. We'll steal them from OP. All the nerdy arsehole voters are sentenced to walking on their parents. Hey, Zo, let's chill out. Okay, let's get into the update, gang. I think I want to know what happens. I want to know how she makes up for this one. What could she possibly do? That's my question. Okay, guys. And now, onto the update. First, I want to say some things before posting. No, I am not Linda. My biological father isn't dying. I got a DM in here asking. Well, you're not beautiful either right now, OP. Let's just sort that one out. You are not Linda. 2, my sister is mostly just sad. Not really mad at me. Just said that she understood my situation, but it was still really shitty seeing her father taken for granted and sad. 3, my mother is the person most pissed off at me at the moment. She's the only one that still does not talk to me. I mean, she does, but not really. Probably rightly so, OP. I feel like you spit in her face as well with the wedding, but hey, consequences in it. 4, for the people saying my husband and my mother were idiots for not talking to me before, they agree and have told me this. My husband especially. I'm not trying to shift blame here, just saying this for the people that talked about it. I was not going to post anything else on here. I'm not a fan of being called names, and for people to keep saying that Rob should leave our family. Although I'm well aware that I deserve most of everything that was said about me. The comments saying the apple doesn't fall far from the tree in regards to me and my biological father were the ones that hurt the most, as it's a fear of mine, and the reason that I don't drink much and don't use any drugs or anything that could be addictive. But seeing how that there are other things that could make us more similar than I realized is really frightening. Am I getting a lack of self-awareness here, OP? Is something going on? The day I posted here, my mum told me that Rob wanted to speak to me and to go to their home after work. I went and waited for Rob to arrive. When he did, my mum left us alone, and he started off by saying that he was hurt by what I did at the wedding, that he knows that he is not my father, and that he would never try to force that on me, but that he at least thought that he had some sort of importance in my life, and seeing me just not give him any importance, apart from talking to him when I needed help with something, made him realize that I do not view him the way he thought I did. Let's do that one again. Sorry, guys. Where can I start this one? And seeing me just not give him any importance apart from talking to him when I needed help with something made him realize that I do not view him the way that he thought that I did. At this point, I was already crying so much that I couldn't even talk. I waited for him to finish, and when he did, I just told him basically what you all saw in the post. That I screwed up bad, that I was inconsiderate, that he is one of the most important people in my life, and that what I did was unforgivable. The only reason that I'm posting this here is because of something said during the conversation. He said something about my time at college and how I went, but that was because ... and stopped. He asked me, what? Because of what? I just said nothing. You're right. That was my fault, and I should have done better. He was pretty angry at that point, and he started to smile, and we talked about me taking responsibility for my actions. It's something that I'm terrible at. Really? It was an issue at my old job, and since then, I've been trying to be better at it, but I'm not very successful. He asked what changed, and I told him about the post. Multiple people in the comments said that I don't take responsibility, and yes, they read right through me. I showed it to him, and reading the post calmed him down. And no, he did not read the comments, just the ones that I showed to him. I would not let him see what some of you were saying about my mum. So yes, he told me that if I was going to say something else, to thank you people for calling me out for not taking responsibility. We talked about a lot of other things not related to the wedding. At the end, I just told him that they were two things that I wanted to say for him to take away from this conversation. I really did mean it when I was in high school and said that I wished he was my dad. Even now, with my biological dad in my life, I still feel that way. And the second thing is that I know that it will be hard for him to believe it right now because of what happened, but I'll try to prove it to him for as long as it takes. For those interested, I've been going to a therapist with my biological father once every 2 weeks since he came back, but I think I need one for myself, so I'll try to make that happen soon. I want to thank 3 particular commenters that helped me. 1, the person that told me to take it slow with Rob and DM'd me to stop looking at the thread because I was spiraling. 2, the one that said, people screw up, sometimes badly, but in a loving and caring family, it's never the end of things as long as you are willing to own your mistakes. And 3, most importantly, the best comment that was fair and gave me the right advice. You are a spoilt, selfish, childish person. I don't know that Rob will forgive you, but you can't simply wait to see if he does. Write him a letter in which you fully own up to your awful behavior. Do not say, I wish someone had stopped me. That isn't taking accountability for the way that you treat people. With him and your mum paying for your wedding and your in-laws paying for your house, you need to grow up and reflect very seriously on how you interact with everyone around you. I guess the post served as a letter in this scenario. Thank you. That was the slap in the face that I needed to realize that I need to do a lot of work to improve myself, and that the wedding was not its own thing. It was a reflection of who I am right now, and I don't like what I see when I look in the mirror. Also, Rob more or less told me something similar, just not as aggressive. So this comment made me take his words as him not attacking me, but trying to help me understand my flaws. I'm not sure how I'll make it up to him for this. Rob is telling me that over time, just me being how I was before my biological father showed up will be enough for him. I don't doubt him, but it's not enough for me. I'll live with what I did for the rest of my life. I will always remember. The way I am now, I actually need people to call me out for this kind of thing, and it's not fair to them. I will work on it. I have to. I will try my hardest to not ever hurt anyone I love this way again. Thankfully, now I have someone in my husband to help me to do that and to call me out if needed. Thank you. Let's just, okay. Judgment was you're the asshole for that one, guys. Let's do another poll. After the update. You're the asshole? Not the asshole. No assholes here. After the update, what are we thinking, gang? In the poll, let me know. In the comments, Not an OP says, you're gonna feel like shit on your sister's wedding day. Sis is definitely going to go above and beyond to make sure her dad knows that he is loved and honored, and the walk down the aisle and the father-daughter dance will be the most lovely. Yes, and then he'll realize that someone loves him. Whoa, his wife loves him, and that's plenty for the average man. Shit, for the average man, your dog loving you is good enough. Absolutely. Trousers, I love you, my boy. He knows that she loves him, but will question it a lot when sleep won't come, and after this shitstorm, insomnia will be in your bed more than your effing pillow. Oh my god. They're still going in on her. Oh my god. While I'm glad that you finally started to take accountability and Rob has forgiven you, I'm sorry, but the way that you've written this, it comes across as, I made a mistake, whoops, people called me out on it, I apologized, and they forgive me, all is well, is so selfish and dense. What have you done? What steps have you taken to show that you actually feel bad for how you've treated Rob? You have said nothing. Honestly, pay him back the wedding money. Do better, honestly. Well, she cried uncontrollably, duh. Opie doesn't even realize how bad she is. The whole crying part is just a way to avoid accountability, like a child who starts crying when caught stealing. She didn't even set up the meeting with Rob. Her mum had to tell her that Rob wanted to talk to her and to stop by after work. What's the female version of a man-child? Oh, God. The only reason I'm posting it here is because of something during the conversation. He said something about my time at college, and I went, but that was because ... and stopped. He asked me what, and because of what, and I just said nothing. You're right, that was my fault, and I should have done better. What the hell is this about, and why is it added? Well, that's to prove that she's growing as a person, most likely. Crap, rereading it makes it sound like that. Opie, look, it's not your fault if you're narcissistic or something, but it is your responsibility to act nicely. Yeah, what did Opie do in college? What did they do? They bully someone? They attack someone? They didn't take responsibility for their own actions? Color me shocked in that instance. So, sipping on the wet end of a rope, huh? Because apologizing to Rob is really about receiving praise for her remorse. It's not about attempting to heal the hurt that she caused Rob. Rob paid for your bio dad to get clean. Is he also paying for you to have therapy with him? God, I hope not. Can you imagine? Honestly, Rob knows who you are, and I wish him nothing but happiness, and hopefully a great father of the bride experience with his daughter. I was willing to be sympathetic until I got to the bi-weekly therapy with bio dad. How is Opie still putting more effort into bio dad than with Rob? Spoiled, selfish, and childish don't even scratch the surface. Opie needs to reassess all of her priorities. Pay him back for the wedding. I agree with that one. I agree with that. Any comments down here that we can get to? I wonder what her dad's speech was like. He abandoned her when she was 5 and was out of her life for 25 years. What the heck could he even have to say? This is one of the biggest F-ups by her. Congratulations to the groom. The mother of the bride was great lay, so hopefully that's genetic. That's crazy. In all the years I've known her, the bride has never once failed to find Waldo. I hope she brings that skill and dedication to your lives together. Oh my god, I would love to hear that. You know, you joke, but I was once at a wedding where the groom's father started his speech with, "My wife is really hot. I'm glad my son is marrying someone who is also really hot." Still the only second cringiest wedding speech I've seen in person. This was the first cringiest. One where it seemed like the other person giving the speech was trying to make a confession of love to the one of the marrying couple. I can't. What? Oh, people need to chill at weddings, okay? Oh my god. I'm kind of amazed at the sheer number of people on Reddit who picked this shitty absentee parent to walk them down the aisle over the parental figure who has been there their whole lives. It happens way too often. Or the people who say, F that, Rob is awesome, and we're doing a father-daughter dance, don't go to Reddit for advice. Yeah. This is important to keep in mind, not just for the situations of biological parents walking kids down the aisle. The subreddits that these are pulled from are for people who have effed up somehow and don't have the tools or the maturity to deal with it in any way other than posting on Reddit about it. It's just so important to not make grand speculations on the human condition from these subreddits, because as a mediocre man once said, they're not sending their best. And the apple is not falling far from the tree, that's for sure. Being a good step-parent is a thankless job. You can do everything right, like Rob here, and still get stabbed in the back. I do hope that Rob will get his chance to walk OP's sister down the aisle one day. He's a true father, even to children who are not his own. The one comment that got me at the end was, he now also feels like you don't see him as a dad, but that's also 100% his own fault for failing you as your dad. That's just so effing sad. The comment that really got me is how she didn't even let him read the whole thread, only parts that she selected to make him believe that she was remorseful. She is one of the most manipulative human beings that I've ever seen. For example, she certainly wouldn't have wanted him to see this seriously disrespectful thing that she said. Rob only is where he is now because of my mum. She helped him when he left the company that he used to work at to start his business. She used the money that she had saved by selling our old house. She literally used her savings to bet on him. It worked out, thankfully, but it shows where she stands with Rob, and he is very much aware of this. Also, they have my sister. We are not leeches taking advantage of him. If you look at our situation 10 years ago, you would be thinking that he was the one taking advantage of us, and he would probably be telling us to dump him on the streets. This is petty, dismissive, and almost unbelievable. In fact, it sounds like something that gossiped with Biodad about to diminish Rob. Oh man. This is how partnerships work. But kids see things from their perspectives, like outsiders. The couple clearly made a decision, and obviously Mum is smart. It wasn't a situation where she alone placed a bet on her new husband. They jointly created an opportunity to better their family. They together wouldn't be where they are today if together they didn't both have the skills and the capital. But it's okay because Opie is right in this situation, dude. God, that makes me hate her even more. Also, the age difference between Rob and her mum doesn't seem that extreme. He was relatively young for taking on a single mother and a spoiled brat. I went back to double check the ages when OP said that people always thought that Rob was her brother, and he's 18 years older than she is. It's possible he has a major baby face, I guess, but it's not the age difference that causes that. Oh my god. It makes me look at Rob with even more respect on the other hand. I've never seen a guy that age who would even think about dating a single mum, let alone take on the stepdad responsibilities. The fact that she only texted him 2 months later to ask about stuff that he helps her out with tells you all that you need to know about the relationship. And she's doing therapy with her biodad. Like, why? If anyone cares. We don't care. I don't even care that you're talking to your biodad. Oh my god. The fact that her husband told her that she was excluding Rob, who acted as a father figure for her, and prioritized her biodad, who just showed up after ghosting them, is just baffling. You'd think that she would listen to her husband, but his concerns went right through one ear and out the other. Nasty behavior. Rob really got the short end of the stick. There is zero excuse for her behavior. I have no doubt that her sister will really go above and beyond on her wedding to make sure that Rob feels the love and appreciation. Damn, I really feel for Rob, and I cannot understand how oblivious she was not to realize her actions. I wish I was that blind. Damn. Damn, Daniel. That was crazy. What are we thinking, gang? A donation? I missed a donation of $2 by Becky Penguin. I think OP was involved in an accidental death. Yeah, of the relationship between her and Rob. That's the accidental death. She's too blind to realize what she's doing. Oh my god, it's still 90%? You're the asshole after that? God damn. Glad that you guys have some brains in you that we can realize that this was a real effed up situation. The more of OP's comments I see, the more I wonder if she's wore clown makeup at her wedding, because you gotta be kidding me with this. Well, what comments did she have here? Let's see. Well, they didn't capture any of the ones where she responded, unfortunately. I treated the man who raised me and paid for this whole thing like a used napkin, but when Reddit heard it, it was just a toxic gossip train. I looked one up. I think she'd be missing the don't harass name and potentially the pet appearance squares. I get this is true off my chest, but some things need to go to the grave, to the therapist. Then again, we wouldn't have entertainment. Yeah, this really is one of those stories where it's like, Why did you come to the internet with this one? What did you think was going to happen? You're upset the internet is trying to make you take accountability for your actions and teach you? Like, I didn't like that people told me to be a better person and they shouted names at me. When I'm willing to bet the way that OP talks in this situation and how she didn't message Rob for weeks after until she needed something, that just tells me I can assume that she's just a bad person in general. And she'd be the exact same person to read a story like this and just say the worst and not care about it. It's like, oh, I hate it when I receive comeuppance, but I don't like it when other people give me comeuppance. Terrible, that. I don't like OP. She sounds like a terrible person. I wonder if OP's husband has a buyer's remorse after seeing how she's treated Rob. I'd certainly be considering my relationship after seeing how Rob was treated here. That is absolutely for sure. Ryan Reynolds, I don't care about your phone company or upcoming kids movie. Sorry about that. Oh, shit. I'm so sorry for this, by Ryan Reynolds, Markee. Is that a reference that I'm not understanding? Okay. But also, thank you, Becky Penguins, for the $2 donation. I really appreciate that. Okay, recycle apathy hitting the nail on the head here. What did they say? The fact that she's still doing the make it up to him thing tells me that she sees her relationships with people as transactional. I absolutely see that she sees her relationship with Rob as transactional. I wonder how else that goes in her life, you know? How else is she transactional with people? I don't like what I see when I look in the mirror, lol. What is this, a fake YouTuber apology? This is OP exhausting. This OP is exhausting and making me so mad. Oh my god. Is when OP clearly the asshole. I do prefer OP not figuring it out, but these semi-positive ones are probably better on my mental health. Yeah, I think it is better that OP realizes what they've done here. And hopefully becomes a better person. You know, it's not always good to be doom and gloom 24/7. Even though this is great content, at least they realize they messed up. But they should be in therapy with the Rob. They shouldn't be in therapy with their bio dad. That doesn't make any sense to me. Why isn't their therapist saying anything about that? Saying like, hey, what are you two doing here? You know, obviously you screwed up, but the bio dad shouldn't be the one in this chair with you. Correct. If you can find the story, I highly recommend listen and read. Sorry, can't remember where it is off the top of my head. Oh my god. I'll probably be right more often than not. Stop being mean to me for this horrible, unforgivable thing I did. I need pity for my dumbassery. Yeah, you guys shouldn't be so mean to me when I'm being such a dick. You guys should actually be nice to me, even though I wasn't nice to Rob. I did something bad, but you shouldn't say anything bad about that. That seems to be the logic that OP is operating on. Sorry for this, by Ryan Reynolds. OP sounds like she peaked in high school, to be honest. I missed his reaction to my super chat. I'll do the reaction again, Becky Penguin. Oh my god, $2 donation from Becky Penguin? Oh my god, I didn't even see that. I think OP was involved in an accidental death. Dude, the accidental death must have been the accidental death of the relationship with Rob. That's crazy. What have you done, OP? Oh my god. Is that a good reaction, Becky Penguin? Thank you for the $2. A lot of the internet loves stepdads for different reasons. Don't know what OP expected. Yeah, the stepdad is an angel here, and OP goes spitting on stepdad. Grr, hate you. I don't mean to get personal, but I would love to have someone like Rob. My dad is only here because my half-brother from his side. I never met them, by the way, and he died. I'm sorry, it's lethal. Oh my god, that is tragic. If I could, I would transfer Rob into your life and remove them from OP's, because OP does not deserve them. Don't worry, he said I should kick you for it. Hey, I did not say that, Epic Zoe. Do not put words into my mouth. I don't think Click would make a video like that. Would have been a great response to the triangle, so what did the Click do? The Click would definitely make the bingo square opaque if she did a YouTube apology. Is this about the toxic gossip train video? I wonder what kind of therapy OP could even do with her bio dad. It's got to be pretty much recovery related, because it's not like they have an actual foundation of history together. Yeah, what kind of therapy can you do? It's like, hey man, she really messed up and upset a lot of people here, and I don't know any of these people in her life, so I'm the bio dad and I'm going to help make things right. Like, what are they going to therapy for? That's what I want to know. It's not over the top, rest and rubbing his eepy eyes. Is this me? Am I rubbing my eepy eyes? No, I just had sleep in my eyes, so I'm just trying to get it out. It was annoying me. We were talking about YouTuber apology bingo cards. Oh, true, true, true. I haven't done any of those before. I would love to do a YouTube apology bingo card, but I'm not creative. I don't know what furniture you're talking about. Got to be specific. Don't talk about a couch. I swear to God, do not say couch. All right, guys. What's this one? Story 1, because that was the second one. How many updates has this got? And it doesn't have... Oh my God, it doesn't have any spoilers? We're not going to get any, like, crazy things happening to us? Nice. I'm not going to get removed from YouTube for reading stories that I didn't check the spoiler tags on. Let's go. Okay. I'm going to go refill my water. Give me 2 seconds. I'm not even going to turn the camera off. You guys can see the pink booty shorts again. I'm back. Alright. Hydrate if you can, y'all. Hydrate and hit the like button. How's that? That's a good one. Now I really want Jack and his doggos to meet Markee in trousers. I would love to go live stream with Jack. That would be fun. Wait. Jack? Do you mean like J Mick? What do you mean? Which Jack? Jack YouTube. Jack Doherty. Yo. Jacksepticeye? Real men wear booty shorties. Oh, yo, booty shorts. Reddit bingo would be fun. Love bombing and you went better. You deserve better. Can we make a Reddit asshole bingo card? So much potential. Okay. Save all the ideas for when I get a Discord up and we can do a Reddit bingo square night. How's that say? Jack. Jack? Am I thinking of the one that did the Snipe Jack's films with Sniper Wolf? Am I thinking correctly? Ain't nothing but a hoochie daddy. Everybody hydrate so you can have a lush booty for your booty shorts. Oh my God. ASMR swallowing noises in the pink... Oh yeah, sorry. Sorry for the swallowing noises, my bad. I'll move it over here when I swallow. How's that? You didn't get to hear it that time. I moved it away. I'm so sorry for the ASMR swallowing noises. The beauty who shit posted the hell out of the emoji movies and got to meet Sir Patrick Stewart. Okay, I'm getting lost here. These are not the pink booty shorts. My Lululemon booty shorts are hiding right now. Anyway, I'm going to read this story now because this was the second most voted one. Are you guys ready? Because I'm ready. Posted by user ThrowRA Tasteless Host, titled, Am I the asshole for taking credit for dinner after the praise was given to my wife? I could not cook for the life of me before I met my wife. Not that I was incompetent, just a very boring cook. Grilled cheese, boiled dogs, ramen with maybe an egg or slice of cheese for excitement, bland oven-baked chicken, or pork chops that were never juicy. Our first year of dating, she painstakingly took her time in the kitchen to help me learn what spices suited each other, or what different chemical reactions go on with marinades or roasting, and so on. I've since actually come to love cooking and experimenting and learning new recipes on my own. It helps that I enjoy trying new stuff, but I was afraid to do it without her encouragement and support. We hosted a party, mostly family, maybe hers more than mine, and I cooked everything. I was so proud of myself, maybe stupidly, for handling a 20-plus dinner party from invites to grocery shopping to cooking to handling setup and breakdown and all. I've helped with cooking and preparation with other parties over 4 years, but never soup to nuts. My father-in-law thanked me for the meal. I can only attribute this to ego, but I said, well, you can thank her for teaching me to cook. He kind of got red in the face, and then said that she did a great job teaching me, and that was that. As I was cleaning up, she asked me why I felt the need to brag by putting her down. I said that wasn't what I meant to do, but she said that was what I did, regardless of intent. I apologized, but it just wasn't enough. I also asked if this was something that I did often, making her feel overlooked, but she said that a party with her family wasn't the place for me to start bragging. I'm confused. What? My father-in-law thanked me for the meal. I can only attribute this to ego, but I said, well, you can thank her for teaching me to cook. That's a compliment, is it not? Is that not a compliment? What's going on? Can you educate me? Am I missing something? I would say that. Am I an asshole? What's going on? Markee merch, okay. Slice of cheese for excitement? This is definitely not enough info story. Yeah, I feel like something else happened here, because I'd be like, sorry, guys, I was a dumbass before all of this, and my wife, or my girlfriend, sorry, yeah, my wife came and saved me. She showed me the light. I'm thankful to her every day for what she did, because she taught me how to cook, and I was an idiot. I'm confused. That's a compliment, is it not? Especially if that's your love language together. The opening, tell us you're white without saying you're white. What are you talking about? That's funny. That's funny. Oh my god, I get it. Holy crap, if my husband cooked a whole dinner for a party, I would be bragging on him, not getting mad that he deserves credit for doing all that work. It must be a cultural thing then, right? Is this like a different culture that I'm not used to? Holy crap. I think it's an implication that she doesn't cook or do housework, so sexism. But I don't understand how they interpreted it that way. Maybe father-in-law was saying thank you guys for the meal, and OP jumped the gun. Someone who's missing info, OP the girlfriend of Reddit goblins. Does she think that his cooking is still bad? That is a backhanded compliment meant to be a diss. Is it Markee? You read it wrong. It said my father-in-law thanked her for the meal, and he butted in to make her know it was actually him. Wait. Oh, he did thank her for the meal. Okay, sorry. My father-in-law thanked her for the meal. I can only attribute this to ego, so, well, you can thank her for teaching me to cook. That makes sense. I said thanked me. I did read it wrong. My bad. He thanked her for the meal. Okay. That was a backhanded compliment, but weird. Okay, I'm going to send this to you guys. We'll put 4 options up for this one. Okay. Jesus, what is going on? Oh, I read it wrong. Sorry. Brain don't read everything right. That OP sounded like he gave his wife a compliment. I wonder if there's something he's leaving out. I guess it depends. If I'm there in person, and it depends on the tone and context of like how this went down, maybe it could be translated in person as like a backhanded compliment. Is this missing reasons, or is the father-in-law being sus and told the wife a different story because he was insecure? This whole story was just microwave noise in my brain, a very soothed microwave, mind you. It's giving credit where it's due. Interesting. Okay, in the comments, Stone Age Prue says, not the asshole. You did everything, so why would she want the praise? This wasn't bragging, as you did everything, including invites and grocery shopping by yourself. That's not putting her down. That's taking credit for your work. Taking credit for Taking credit for somebody other's accomplishments is an asshole move, and then playing the victim is definitely even more the asshole. Not the asshole here. It was a perfect opportunity for the wife to go, actually, Dad, hubby made all the wonderful food all on his own. He's gotten so good at cooking, he planned this whole thing himself. I was very impressed, but totally fumbled the bag. I feel bad because I feel relationships should be about building each other up. It's sad that OP felt that he had to do it himself instead of the wife recognizing him. I can see that. I agree, and was about to say the same, but she wanted the credits, and OP didn't allow her to steal his hard work. His response telling father-in-law that she taught him how acknowledging and giving some of this credit to her. His response telling father-in-law that she taught him how acknowledging and giving some of the credit to her. People are writing weird sentences. This so much. Why did she take credit for OP's work? She should have been the one to set matters straight. Did she take credit though? Did he allow an opportunity for her to step in and say, hey hubby actually did the cooking? Because the way that he describes it, it sounds like he reacted pretty quickly. Let's not talk about the update. Let's not speculate on the update. Let's speculate on what potentially could be in the update. It's as if it's as you described. Where is the put down? You credited her good teaching. Why would it have been okay for her to take credit for all the work of this particular dinner, not the asshole? And OP says, the putting down was that in comparison to all her work towards parties, I did basically nothing. Like, oh, one party, congrats, when she has mostly handled dinner party preps before. Nah, your father-in-law complimented you in that moment for that party. I'm willing to bet that he thanked her after every party and she deserved it. This time, you deserved it and she wanted to take the credit. Oh, okay. Wow, I'm sorry, but what an effing Debbie Downer. I would have been glowing and definitely would have directed the compliments to the chef. They literally complimented her teaching skills too. She sucks. I'm getting it. I'm putting the puzzle pieces together in my mind. I guess you could have said, she usually does the party prep, but this time it was me. But I still think your response was 100% acceptable unless there's a history of her doing something and it always going unnoticed. But she gets great fanfare when you do the same thing. Has her father never said the same thing to her at a dinner party that she did all the work for? If that's the case, I can understand her being upset. The one time her father says something, and it's the one time when she didn't do all the work, but it would have been misdirected. Her father would be the one to get upset with, in that case, not you. If you aren't sure whether her father has a similar thing to her... Oh god, my brain. If you aren't sure whether her father has said a similar thing to her after she has done all the prep work, then ask her. If that's what's going on, then acknowledge that, yeah, it's not nice for him to not have appreciated all the work she's put into prior dinner parties. OP says, I do know he has because I've witnessed it. Her family gushes over her food, rightfully, including her father. Huh. Then, that makes it even weirder. Like I said, you theoretically could have pointed out that she usually does the cooking, but they know that and have appropriately acknowledged her for it. So there would have been no reason for you to even think to say that, unless there's something else I can't think of. But this is actually about... Unless there's something else that I can't think of that this is actually about, you are really, really not the asshole here. By the way, I'm sure it felt great to be acknowledged for all of your work and everything you've learned, especially given how far you've come. Keep it up. OP says, it did feel nice to get the praise this time, which is why tonight's end result hurts so much. You did nothing wrong. It sounds like your wife has a case of main character syndrome. It does sound like that. It does sound like the wife has a case of main character syndrome. I'm just going to put it out there like that. Anything else that OP has said? Q&A? What can we find? You didn't put her down though. You gave her proper credit for teaching you. She was the asshole for stealing credit. She should have corrected your father-in-law. I wonder if she's envious or threatened by your newfound skills. Not the asshole. OP says, I doubt she's envious. She's a master in the kitchen and she really excels with baking, but her cooking is phenomenal. People often compliment her for how well she cooked. In hindsight, maybe she's also upset my food, which is still nowhere near hers in quality, was mistaken for hers. I wouldn't be too sure. She's been used to getting the plaudits. People who are used to being applauded often get envious of others getting praise. Nothing else from the OP here. Yeah, very odd, innit? Very odd. What is going on here? So we got a interesting spread. 55% not the arsehole, 18% you're the arsehole, 11% everyone sucks here, 16% no arseholes here. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Markee read something wrong? Impossible. I would never do that. I would never read wrong. My brain works 100% of the time correctly. My bets are the family believing that the girl should be the one cooking. I'm hungry, so I'm going to be jumping to conclusions like I'm in the Olympics. Need more info on the vote. I feel like we got more info. I'm going to leave it as it is because it's funny keeping it where it is currently. What did I miss? Hi, everyone. Hey, Felicia. I don't think he's the asshole, though. I think the wife was wrong. Like, yeah, I'm getting the impression now that the wife was wrong in this instance, I think. Oh my god, when did you get up to get water? I thought you were naked from the waist down, your pants, skin-colored. Didn't know that my oh, it is fairly similar. You're the asshole. I can hear the snarkiness coming from OP. He definitely could have been more tactful when correcting father-in-law. But he was the one who cooked it. I'm so confused. I too am hungry. Yes, Aries, you said it better than me. There's no way that he's giving all the info, and why is Reddit not critically thinking? It's Reddit, I know, but damn. Live Markee? Hell yeah, good to see ya. Did Opie's wife's parents scold her because she didn't do the woman's work? Possibly. That's why I'm thinking it's potentially a cultural thing, but I'm not entirely sure. Please get to the update. Whoa. Let's have some discussion first, shall we? Don't be a human and talk about these things. Just read the stories, okay? What the hell? It's scientifically proven that laying down and closing your eyes is still beneficial for energy, so you're all good. I truly believe it's the way OP came off when correcting father-in-law. Has her father said anything like this to her before? Oh, that would be messed up if he hasn't. Yeah, imagine if he hadn't said anything before that. Patience, let Markee work. This may just be a miscommunication, to be honest. I'm getting that feeling, but maybe I have too much hope. I think now that we've seen further comments by OP, I don't think it's a miscommunication in this instance. I think it's the wife having main character syndrome. But yeah, that's just how I'm getting it. I came across Markee streaming live and it's 5 a.m. here, but I like it. Hello, Baron. Good to see ya. I don't know. Epic Zoe, I think we have different opinions on this one. I'd like to be a fly on the wall in that room to see what the situation really was on the ground and how people interpreted things. Put on the TTS bot and drink water next to the mic. Oh, God. No, if I put a TTS bot on, YouTube will ban me. I like that comment. She was perturbed the husband's food was mistaken for hers. I think that's potentially it. Did the wife even get a chance to respond to her father's compliment, or did OP just sneak up right away? That's information that we're missing, I feel like. Either way, wife has main character syndrome, or OP's wife's family is mad that the wife didn't do the woman's work. That means he's getting good. Maybe the father-in-law got flustered because he was embarrassed he underestimated his son-in-law. Could be. I want... Okay. Now we can get to the update and we'll see what happens. 62% not the arsehole. I think it's a not the arsehole for this one, personally. I'm on board with that one. I would not like to be a fly on the wall. They usually get hit or tortured. Hey man, if it saves me from this life, I'll be a fly on the wall, you know? The way the world is going. Alright. And now, onto the update. I think I'm misusing the term, but missing reasons come to mind. Whoever said that in the comments, missing reasons, yeah. She was stressed by work due to a sudden project that she wanted to be well rested for to tackle. A dinner party with plenty of people isn't going to help that. The party was planned before the project was dumped on her. She also apologized for her reaction and admitted that it was out of line for her to say that, and reassured me that I did a great job, especially for my first party and for such a size. That night was out of character for her, which is why I was concerned that I screwed up. She was frustrated by the conversation she was having with her aunt because she was hinting around for babies. She didn't hear her dad at first because she was focused elsewhere, and then her mind caught up and she felt ashamed, like others were judging her for not being the one to cook, and according to what she's mentioned, he probably instilled that in her, and she felt at the time like I was too quick to correct him. Oh, okay, there's some of that. I tried to apologize for that, but she said that it was fine and she was just more sensitive because of her embarrassment. I asked if there was anything specific that I could change in how I showed my appreciation, that I could help her feel fulfilled and validated. I verbally showed my gratitude and cleaned up the kitchen after she cooks as a thank you, but she clearly isn't feeling appreciated, and that means there needs to be an adjustment. We're going to keep talking about how we both handle gratitude and appreciation for each other to make sure that we both feel fulfilled, and how I can support her best in the weeks upcoming, because this project she had dropped on her is a big one that will mean a lot of extra hours for her. Oh, okay. I want to see some Q&A. Did they answer any of that? Okay. In the comments, Food Baby Baby says, I appreciate this update. Out of curiosity, what did she do for this event? I couldn't tell from the last post. Oh yeah. I saw you shopped and cooked, but as someone who has hosted a lot personally and professionally, I know that there is a ton more that goes into it. Who did the following? Clean the house for guests, coordinated invites and responses and sending info, set up the tables and decor, drinking, purchasing, setup, making, and hosting, greeting, serving, etc. And Dopey says, I cleaned the house and set up the tables, coordinated invites and RSVPs, and went shopping for drinks and food. There weren't many mixed drinks, mostly water, soda, wine, or beer, so not much that needed more than a glass and the bottle opened. We both greeted, just by nature of who had been closer to the door, but it was informal in how everyone came in. I put out the food, but that's typical. She mostly helped entertain by talking with the guests. OP said in the previous post that they did everything. Okay. So you mean that you are planning to use empathy and healthy communication skills to solve this problem? That's such a foreign concept to Reddit. I wonder how many commenters you got suggesting divorce on your last post. Seriously though, stuff like this happens in relationships when the other is having a bad day, but it sounds like you two are handling it exactly the way that you're supposed to. I'm glad that you guys are able to talk it out and come to understand each other. Congratulations on your healthy marriage. It's a rare and wonderful thing to behold on this subreddit. Right? What the hell? Why would you talk openly and honestly with the person that's supposed to be most important in your life? Where are the lies? The deceit? Have we learnt nothing? Like last story? Like, why are you trying to be held accountable for your actions? Why are you trying to learn from this? Responsibility? What's that? Can you afford to hire a cleaning service to come in for a day while she's in the throes of this project? Coming home to a professionally cleaned house is a lovely treat. I cleaned houses for years. I was always told how much they appreciated coming home to everything clean. Big stress reliever. When I was a kid, at the end of every meal, my dad would look at my mum, smile and say something like, "That was delicious. Thank you." The wording varied, but the meaning was always the same. That may be the validation that your wife is looking for. P.S. He had a lot of other ways of showing that he loved her and appreciated her, and all of that stuff, but that one thing sticks in my mind. It didn't matter if dinner was a 6-course Italian feast or pork and beans on toast. He complimented her cooking and thanked her for her efforts. Nice. God forbid OP's wife have a human moment and not properly hear in the situation when being harassed. And despite conflict, once things calmed down, they had a loving discussion focused on growing closer together and nurturing their relationships while also resolving the issue at hand. Good job learning to cook, OP, and learning how to handle hosting a party from start to finish. I hope you and your wife continue to grow together. Yeah. That's good. I'm happy, OP. Cannot begin to describe how much I'm rooting for the both of them. What a mature response from both of them. I'm just here for the no drama. I love that. Popcorn is still in the cupboard. This is nice. We can't be having that on Reddit. We need drama. See, these lights are starting to annoy me a little bit. I'm just going to turn them down. How's that? Oh yeah, it's much better on the eyes. Oh, I'm a little bit gaunt now. Okay. @Angel says, quote, I asked if there was anything specific I could change in how I show my appreciation that I could help her feel fulfilled and validated. Not gonna lie, being shown this much grace, especially when I was the one in the wrong, would probably make me cry. Also, I despise the comment that tried to catch him with a gotcha about how he probably didn't do all the work after he clearly and proudly described that he did. I know a lot of men take women's work for granted, but that doesn't make the opposite any more okay. I love how the last comment tried to minimize the efforts of the OP by hunting for things that he... Yeah. What didn't you do, OP? Gotcha. I definitely am reading too much into it, but this part stuck out to me. I asked if there was anything specific I could change in how I show my appreciation, and how I appreciate... Oh god, my brain. That could help her feel fulfilled and validated. I verbally showed my gratitude and cleaned up the kitchen after she cooks as a thank you, but she clearly isn't feeling appreciated, and that means there needs to be an adjustment. I don't see OP mentioning their wife having the same level of reflection, only that they both plan on working on their handling of gratitude and appreciation, when I think it should only be her, but not even in a severe way, as I can understand why she was annoyed by the conversation with her aunt and pressures of work. I read it, it reads as OP really overcorrecting for the smallest of infractions. In fact, I would say neither of them really did anything wrong. At worst, it's like only one step above not saying bless you when someone sneezes. It's great that they can communicate, but I think they just need to relax a bit and tell the aunt to mind her own business. Loki, but you did not say, God bless you when I sneezed. Bartleby yelling off camera. Loki! You're getting off light! Oh my god. Okay. So she took full accountability for how she acted, even when OP tried to blame himself, and clearly explained how none of it was on him, and how she was overreacting and apologized? Is this still Reddit? It's a good question. Where am I? Alternate universe where Reddit is not evil? What's going on? Let's do another poll. I love my polls. What? You're the not the asshole. You're the asshole. No assholes here. Everyone sucks here. How about that, guys? There's another poll. There we go. Chuck a like on the stream and chuck a vote on the poll. What are we thinking? Spoiler sarcasm. Why should us husbands thank our wives for doing their jobs? Sarcasm, please don't hurt me. Good question. Why should we thank our wives for doing their jobs? I think we left the internet. Yeah, exactly. A realistic and happy ending to a Reddit story is wild. See, if anything, this is the fake one. This update satisfied my quench for blood. My thirst for blood. My blood thirst is going crazy. So the lesson is don't host dinner parties with family when you're already stressed out. Yeah, I think in this instance, you probably want to delay the the dinner party, even though you've put a date on it, because having something dumped on you like that is really stressful. And maybe there wasn't enough communication with OP that she's really stressed out about this and it's really affecting her, and it led to this happening. I guess we can only speculate what could have been done in hindsight. Maybe this is a lesson going forward to use this hindsight for the better when something like this happens again, because it inevitably will. I don't hear a reason why it's okay to take it out on OP. I don't think it was okay to take it out on OP, and they apologized for that. Maybe there's a lot of things that OP has left out in their updates as to, how the situation evolved from there. And I think that's okay. We don't have to know every detail about their life. I'm sure this was a healthy response and a healthy resolution, and I'm sure she took accountability for her actions more than she felt she needed to, or more than, I don't know, maybe she did it appropriately in person. Who knows? I'm just yapping. I'm waffling in it. 90% of Reddit stories have a spouse suddenly starts working extra hours, ends with OP finding that their spouse is cheating. This is the other 10%, thankfully. Recycled apathy. Thank God. Imagine update after this, found out husband was cheating all along. That's why I lashed out. He was cheating on me with my father-in-law. Not father-in-law, sorry, father. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Spoiler sarcasm. Going back to the story, I think we left the internet. If I had $1 every time Markee made a poll, it might be able to get something from Subway. I like my polls, okay? It's interesting. 39% no assholes here, 50% not the asshole. I like to see what the community says. And it lets you guys interact with the stream more. Don't you like interacting with Mr. Streamer? Stop with the couch emojis! Ah! Kidding. Rein in all that correctile dysfunction before someone exposes you for being a dick. Exactly. Exactly, Rachel Dumas. Wait, what's the poll question? The poll question is just what? The wheel of confusion keeps on turning. Oh, I heckin' love a McDonald's. Okay, guys. Am I the asshole for wearing white to a wedding? That's not what the poll is asking, but I'll end the poll just in case people start giving answers that are not for this one. But I will prep the next poll. Prepping it for when I finish reading this one. My dress. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna read from this. Information needed. Okay. Okay. All I ask for is a what option. There's no what option, unfortunately. I can only give 4 options on a poll, and I have to include everyone sucks here and no assholes here. If you want a what option, tell me which one I should remove out of the no assholes here and everyone sucks here options. Please let me know. Okay, our next post is by user CompetitiveCat4999 by 11 days ago, titled, "Am I the asshole for wearing white to a wedding?" I'm going to read from this one because it's cooler. So, I, 27 female, have a friend, 25 female, that just got married last Saturday. My friend is South Asian, not Indian, and she decided to wear a red traditional dress for her wedding. I asked what the dress code was, and she said that she genuinely just wanted her guests to look their best. She also said that there isn't a forbidden and frowned upon color to wear, as in Christian wedding in Europe. So I decided to go with a white cream dress. See in the link. Anyways, I went to her wedding and had a good time. My friend said that she really liked my dress, but while I was there, her other friends that are not South Asian, i.e., they are white, black, and Hispanic, and all Christian, they went up to me and started with small talk, and one of the girls spilled pop all over me. Oh, it happened! Wow. I asked her what she just did, and she said that I shouldn't have come to a wedding with a white dress. Am I the asshole? Yo, so this is the dress? Oh, I like that. That's a nice dress. Thoughts? What do we think of the dress? Wow, getting white on that, it looks like Roman to me. I'm getting Roman vibes. I'm gonna launch the poll there. That is well crazy. Who would do that? Link? Oh, you don't need a link. You can just look at it here. Oh my god. I think this is the one time where wearing white is okay, but like, god damn. Relevant comments. In the comments, the diagonal slash across the chest is a fashion staple. It's why Saris will always be in style, but agreed the dress is lovely. Easy to dress up or down too. OP says, oh god, yep. OP says, that was actually the look that I was going for. I have worn the dress before to my friend's sister's baby shower, and they asked for formal dresses, and my friend said that it reminded her of a sari. So I thought that I should wear it to her wedding, as it's a mix of South Asian and Western, but still within my comfort zone. Not the asshole, because you had checked with the bride, but it's still a poor choice for a wedding where a lot of the guests are used to no white being a hard rule. It's going to cause a stir, get you judged, and risk exactly the kind of drama that you got. The friends are definitely assholes because they didn't check with the bride if she was upset and went vigilante instead, but you still made an unwise dress choice. You were not at fault in any way though. They are the ones who started drama and ruined your dress. And OP says, I wanted to point out that the only non-South Asians were me, the ones that spilled the drink on me, and the groom's friends. We were a total of 10 non-South Asians, and the total number of guests were 270. Okay, so yeah, you were really standing them up in a crowd of 270 people that didn't care, OP. Yeah, that's what the vibes that I'm getting here. These people suck. OP answers some clarifying questions. Information needed. Where was the wedding? The wedding was held in Newark, New Jersey. Was anyone else wearing white? Did anyone else get stuff on them? No white Western dresses, but people wore white South Asian dresses like lehengas, saris, etc. They didn't get anything spilled on them. Oh, interesting. Interesting. When you talk to the bride about... Jesus. Targeted attack, hey? When you talk to the bride, was anyone else present? And did the bride clarify colors to anyone else or just you? OP says, the bride and I are from Norway and her husband is from the US. He's South Asian too. While she and I were getting ready for the wedding and the plane ride, I asked her those questions and she answered them. It was just me and her plus her sister. She didn't clarify the colors to anyone else because everyone else is South Asian, and according to her sister at the time, you didn't need clarification for the color as nobody cares for the color you wear in South Asian weddings. Did you let those ladies know that you did talk to the bride and asked for them to pay for getting it cleaned? And OP says, the girls didn't know. However, they are pretty aware that me and the bride are extremely close. Interesting. Very interesting. That OP was the only one attacked at this wedding. Can say saris and saris and saris. How am I saying it incorrectly? At me again. Tell me how I'm supposed to say it. Sorry? I don't know. This is not a word that I use often. Try it on to get a better feel for it. I'm not gonna put the dress on to get a better feel for it, okay? Leave it. What are you coming at me for? Are we still live? Yeah, we're still live. Can I have some what, Lamau? Wearing white. Definitely you're the asshole. Only 4 options? YouTube, yeah, YouTube only giving me the 4 options is chaotic. Don't wear white to a wedding. Why is it so hard for everyone? I think this person's okay with wearing white to the wedding because they were told they can wear white to this wedding. So I'm confused. It's cute. It looks like a satin rip to the dress. Getting stains out of satin is a nightmare. Still think it's weird to wear white as a traditional color for the bride only. Understandable. But I guess I'm seeing this from my cultural perspective, whereas if I was born South Asian in that culture, from their perspective, it's normal to wear white to the wedding because they don't care. So I'm guessing I'm judging based on my worldview. I hope the friends stood up for OP. I feel like those friends were looking at it only from a Western POV, and that just didn't apply here. I'm hoping it has ruined. They ask for compensation? I forgot that. Can I change my vote? No, you can't change your vote anymore. I'll have to watch the original Full Metal Alchemist anime. I saw a lady wearing white at a friend's wedding and straight up asked her if she wanted me to trip with some red wine. She told me not to cause a scene, but she was annoyed, so Hubs and friend just stared at her for a full minute. Sadly, I don't think she noticed it, but still. Okay, pop off. I see you. Everyone should just wear burgundy to weddings because some bridesmaid is going to spill wine on you at some point, apparently. At least satin. Sorry. I'm not getting the sorry pronunciation. It's not pronunciation. Let me just Google that. I'll listen to it. Sorry pronunciation. Let's see. What is the British pronunciation? That's the correct one. Sorry. What does the Americans have to say? Sorry. Okay, it's sorry. You got me. Sorry. It's like sorry, but sorry. As in, the friends in this instance should be saying sorry to OP for getting wine on the sorry. There we go. I'd say that it's more cream than white based on the bride being okay with it. I changed my answer to not the arsehole. Okay. I'll re-poll it since you guys want. Now that we have more information, I'll re-poll it. Everyone wants a second poll. I'm happy to do a second poll. There we go. Sorry. So Someone's voting you're the asshole for this one. Okay. Oh my god. I'm going to go to the comments while you guys are voting for this little silly little poll. In the comments, Night Skier 79 says, "Not the asshole. I'm also Asian and yeah, red is the bride's color. White doesn't have the same context like a Western wedding. To be fair, white can be associated with death in some Asian country cultures, but if the bride says all colors are good, then all colors are good, period. End of story. Sis. Get these Christians to turn the other cheek and pay your cleaning bill." OP asked, their friend approved. In context, this is no different than Western women wearing a classic black dress to a wedding. This is apparently regional. I was shocked the first time I went to a wedding in Florida at the number of women in black. However, I asked someone that I knew had also been to New England wedding, and she just said that it's not a thing here like where I grew up. As for this case, the reason to not wear white to a wedding is to not look like the bride, which no longer applies if the bride isn't in white. Yes, I was raised in New England, and we, edit my circles at least, never wear white, as it's reserved for the bride, or black, mourning, to a wedding. But if the bride has a traditional color other than white she will be wearing, and asks you to wear whatever you like, that should be acceptable to all. Those women at her wedding are not her real friends to make a scene like that. They are ignorant bullies, and not worthy of her or you. It's a nice dress, by the way. I was raised in New England and still live in New England, and black is absolutely acceptable for weddings. I've lived all my life in Mass and also have never heard of this rule. Black is pretty standard for fancy weddings. Yeah, I see black at weddings all the time. Over 50 Midwesterner, black was never okay for weddings when I was growing up, and it always shocks me a little when I see it, even though it's considered okay these days. Still won't do it myself. Over 60 myself and a little shocked too, but that's my problem, not anybody else's. I know that times have changed. My husband and I are in our 40s. 2 years ago, we got married and someone wore black to our wedding. He thought black was a no-go for a wedding. I didn't think anything about I didn't realize that it was a thing. There's a lot of weird things in this world that I just am catching up to now that I have only started existing in the last 20 years. Not the asshole. They were trying to solve a problem that wasn't there. They obviously did not listen to the bride's wishes. The dress isn't even white. They probably didn't even ask her. They just took it upon themselves out of the goodness of their heart. Sarcasm. Oh, the goodness of my heart to just splash you a little bit there. I think you're exactly right. White does not have the same significance in other cultures, and the bride even said that she didn't care about the dress. I'd be snitching to the bride after the honeymoon, to be honest. Yes, I'm sure the friends would become more embarrassed to realize this guest spoke with the bride about this issue and was granted specific permission. I'm sure the bride would be embarrassed and angry that one of her friends was targeted when she gave the okay. If OP did not communicate with the attacker, she did herself a disservice to herself. They probably still felt that they were right. Even so, it makes no sense to spill a drink on anyone. That's technically assault in the US. They probably got it from those TikTok videos of people saying they'd spill red wine on people wearing white at their friends' weddings. They should have told the bride and asked what to do. No, you don't ask the bride what to do. If the bride says go spill red wine on her, is that justified? Of course not. Unless you're trailer trash. You don't go bothering people on their big days with trivial matters like this. You ask the bride so the bride has the opportunity to say that it's no big deal, kick her out, or delegate. Some brides really care about someone matching the color of their dress. I'd be pissed if someone wore my dress color to my wedding and I would want to be told. You do not bother a bride with something like this unless she doesn't have a bridal party. I'm feeling some heat from these people arguing in the comments, that's for sure. Not the asshole. Her friend intentionally spilled a soda on your dress. That's a bigger issue. How did you sort this out? That must have been horrible. I've never seen this in real life before, so it's interesting learning about it. Spilling a drink on guests who wear white to weddings is absolutely a thing in the US. Bonus points if it's the mother of the bride or groom wearing white, trying to make it their day. I have never done this. It's just how it is nowadays. What people have to remember when doing this is context. A South Asian wedding does not adhere to the same standards of bridal color. People have to stop forgetting that other cultures exist. The friend who spilled the pop is obviously not that good of a friend, or they would have known the bride's wishes and culture. Only someone close to the bride should be the vigilante. I understand that it's a thing, but it's still pretty weird that it exists to me. Oh, now it's an 85% not the asshole vote, and 12% you're the assholes. The urge to kick Zadar is huge, but I respect them. What have they done? What? Oh my god, Zafar? What did Zafar do? What's Zafar done? A second poll? What's wrong with the original poll? People asked for a second poll, that's all. People wanted to know, because people got more context and they wanted to vote again now that they had more context. I think that's what they wanted. Just correcting my autocorrect. Whoa, Epic Zoe? Shots for people in the audience today. Oh my god. The Australian one is Sore-E. Oh my god, you're breaking my brain. Oh my god. Sorry. I'm white. I'd get wine thrown on me still. Look, I look Gandalf after his level up wine. Guys, I'm gonna go take a real quick break to refresh my brain. Your comments are breaking my brain. Oh god, just joining now with zero context, but I blindly guessed not the arsehole. I think that was the wrong call. No, not the arsehole was the correct call in this instance, in my point of view, in my opinion. Sorry, I'm rambling. I miss girlfriends getting together, asking what everyone was planning to wear before a gathering. I miss that too. Back when I was one of the girlfriends. Every white piece of clothing I'd ever owned ends up tie-dyed because I'm a slob. You know what? It just adds character to it. I think you usually ask before the spilling, though why do people care so much? How are you being outshined on your day? The groom usually matches every other guy and he's still recognizable. At Zach, I like you. Have people screamed the beacon is lit, Gondor calls for aid at the beach? Good question. Drink some red wine, Markee, reset the brain. Gonna go have some red wine and reset the brain now that you've told me that. I'll be 2 seconds. I'm getting red wine and resetting my brain before the update. We demand booty? From Epic Zo? No booty this time. Maybe next time. Oh my god. Okay. I appreciate one booty. Oh my god. Crazy. What have we said while I'm gone? Reset the brain? The wine is definitely helping me reset the brain. I feel like the drink thing came because people usually come to a wedding wearing white are doing it intentionally, like a mother-in-law wearing her own wedding dress. Absolutely. Did all our guests dress in clothes that they thought they'd only get to wear once, like wedding and prom dresses? No booty? Sag. Booty next time when I go to get water. I filled up my water in the break, so next water refill. What did recycled apathy have to say? Oh yeah. My favorite wedding story from Reddit was the one where Opie found out her mother-in-law and sister-in-laws were planning to wear white, so she bought a purple dress and told everyone to wear wedding dresses. I like that one. Let's go. What, man, fuck him up. What, I'ma do my stuff. Play the next video. Rely on Markee videos to keep me sane through childcare. Sorry guys, a lot of people leaving right now because I'm just messing around. We lost 20 in the intermission. Let's get back into the stories. Let's get them back. Okay, and now onto the update. Put this one away. Hi everyone. So, time for an update. I told my friend about the situation after I posted because I didn't want her to be angry right after and during her special day. But first, oh yeah, I'm going to finish the poll. First, let me explain what happened after she spilled soda on my dress. I went to the bride's sisters and explained everything and told her not to tell the bride. The sister and I went to the home of the bride and groom. She has the bride's key and they live near the reception building, because my luggage was there and I changed. Luckily, I had a dress, but unfortunately, it wasn't a long gown, but a short knee-length dress. The bride noticed when I went back, and I lied and told her that the other dress wasn't comfortable, and went on with the party. Then I sat down with the bride. I told her, and she became so pissed, and told me she never wanted to see those people again. We messaged the girl, and the bride told her to pay up for the cleaning, and the girl surprisingly paid the full amount. She had thought the bride wanted to stay friends, but after she sent the money to the bride via Venmo, my friend blocked her and the others. She apologized, and I told her that it wasn't her fault. I'm staying another week here, and it feels a lot better with having told her everything. Thank you all for the replies to my other story. All's well that ends well. Someone's calling me. Okay, booty shorts, but someone's calling me. It was just my sister. It's not an emergency. We're all good. Sorry for the interruptions. My bad. Reddit should take some responsibility here. How many times have I read, spill some red wine on, ... Reddit, we are to blame. There are just as many stories here explaining white only depends on the culture. Even in a place where it's generally not considered proper for anyone other than the bride to wear white at a wedding, it is barbaric to destroy someone else's property. Vandalism is never acceptable, unless you're a vandal from the Vandal region in France. If I were a bride, I would never want that to happen. Either the white dress wouldn't bother me at all because, yeah, I'm focusing on having a good time. But even if I thought someone did it out of spite, it would just create more drama. Exactly. Well, tossing wine on someone's gown is a high school mean girl kind of stunt. It would have taken a lot to spoil my happiness on my wedding day. Someone wearing a white dress would not do it. Unless they showed up in a bridal gown, veil, and carrying flowers. Nah, not even then. I probably would have enjoyed having a story to tell for the rest of my life. Me too. Sent the money to the bride via Venom. You're gonna get my Venom. I know that's a typo, but it almost reads better as written. Yeah, she did. She sent it via Venom. I've been saying it for years, that symbiotes are real, and they're out there taking over, but no one ever believed me. But now I have proof. Don't worry, I've been developing high-pitched, sound-emitting body armor, and have tested it on the teenagers. It should be perfect against the symbiote invasion. Screw those a-holes. I'm South Asian. There's nothing weird about wearing white to a wedding at all. It might not be something young people would wear because it's a color typically associated with mourning, and is the color most people would wear to a funeral. It is also favored by elderly widows as a result, but there is no cultural taboo over it, and the clothes you wear for mournings aren't exactly stylish and flamboyant like a nice dress is. So nobody's gonna get confused either. What the friends did was pretty egregious. You don't get to impose your culture onto someone else. Were white a color of celebration in my culture, I still wouldn't wear it to a Western wedding. For them to just assume that it was unwelcome and take action on behalf of the bride without even asking her is downright offensive. I'm with the bride here. I would have blocked them too. I don't think it being a mourning color is an issue for us as much right now. Pastels have been dominant choice in our fashion industries for events for a few years now, with white being a very popular choice in both Pakistan and India. It's likely that one of the Spiller's pals was filming for a TikTok that said something like, "Look how awesome we are! Justice for this tacky social faux pas!" I think it's strange that you decided to invent angry fanfic about this story. It's so funny to me. It's so weird that you just decided to extend the story and speculate. You must be new, that's what we do here. Must be interesting that you made up a story as for the reason for why someone did a bad thing. What, on Reddit of all places? What's wrong with you? I love these people. It's like, this is my first introduction to Reddit. What? You're saying something insane on the timeline? What's wrong with you? That's what we do here, okay? Okay, if this had been a Western wedding, I would have said that OP should have expected that reaction, but this was a South Asian wedding where the colors for events like weddings and funerals are traditionally not what Westerners wear for those events. Plus, OP did check with the bride before the wedding, if any colors should be avoided before she picked an outfit, so those girls, who were also in the minority at the wedding, decided to react based on their cultural values and not on the cultural values of the bride and event. Good for the bride in getting them to pay OP back before she blocked them. Yeah, I would like to know what would happen if instead they did their vigilante justice on the South Asian people wearing white dresses. Why did they not target the South Asian people wearing white dresses? Curious that. Very curious. What's going on? Aussie family live stream? Question mark? Good question. Aussie family not here today in live stream. Very sad. Very sad indeed. Okay. In a move atypical for the Markee stream, let's finish all 4 stories. How about that, kids? Oh my god, this is a lot of yapping, but I think this is a conservative amount of yapping. I've had this crazy idea where I do live streams and actually read all 4 stories. Thoughts? Posted by user Sister Grounded Throwaway, titled, "Am I the asshole for grounding my adult sister? I, 25 female, live in a 3-bedroom apartment with my fiancé, 27 male. We have a 6-month-old son. My younger sister Mia, fake name, 20 female, recently started attending a university that's closer to where I live than both my parents' places. Because she needs to get to class early in the morning, my fiancé and I allowed her to move into our spare bedroom. She's been living with us since January. There is a set of rules that I've been having Mia follow since she moved in, mostly to make sure that everyone can live peacefully. One of the most important rules concerns arriving after my son's bedtime, usually between 19 and 20 hours, so 7 and 8 o'clock at night. Mia is allowed to come home however late she wants, as long as she doesn't make too much noise." What? The door to the apartment has an electronic keypad lock, and the one that we also use has a normal lock under it. Everyone has a copy of this key, but we all prefer typing in the password. However, the keypad is very noisy, and my son's nursery isn't far from the door. Every time the keypad is used after I put the baby to sleep, he wakes up. So naturally, the rule about getting home late includes not using the keypad. Everyone, including Mia, has known about this since day one. At first, we had no problems, but now that Mia has gotten used to college life, she's been going out at night frequently. This past month, she has arrived home after midnight every Friday and Saturday night. She always forgets the don't make too much noise rule, and she has, on multiple occasions, used the keypad. My son wakes up crying every damn time. I'd sit her down and remind her of the rule whenever this happened, but she'd continue to do it. My fiancé and I got tired of putting our baby back to sleep because of that, so I changed the password and told Mia she was no longer allowed to use the keypad. She agreed and promised to try to make less noise. On Friday night this week, Mia went out with her friends. She came home very drunk at 4 a.m. and forgot that I'd changed the password. Not only did she use the keypad, she also got the password wrong so many times that she triggered an alarm. I was furious. Not only did my baby wake up crying, but I also got complaints from my neighbors. The next morning, I told Mia that I'm establishing a curfew while living with me. While living with me, she needs to be home by 20 hours, 8 p.m. at night. She won't be allowed to go out at night for the rest of the semester. Mia put up a fight saying that I have no right to ground her, edit, I never used that word, like this, or dictate that what she does with her free time. But I held my ground. I told her that she'll be free to do as she pleases when she has her own place and raises her own family. But while living with mine, she has to do as I say. She told our parents about this. Our mother and stepfather are both on my side. Our father is on Mia's. He's saying that I'm not her mother, and I have no right to treat her like a child, and he also thinks that it's unfair to do this to her over a drunken mistake. Am I the asshole? I would argue that it was multiple. No, I can't mute the keypad. I would argue that it's multiple drunken mistakes, not just one drunken mistake. What's Markee's sister's name? Is she as cool as Markee? I'm not telling you guys my sister's name. I don't think she wants to be on camera. I ain't doing all that. I'm keeping some things in my life separate from the Markee verse. Everyone sucks here. No assholes here. We're doing a poll, guys. There's a poll happening in the chat right now. Please contribute to the poll. How loud is that keypad? Mine is just soft beeps. Bye, Felicia. Have a good night. I heard this story already. Sorry about that, then. What did Zach say, guys? Yes, Zach. Have you updated your car warranty? I have. I did update my car warranty. What? Wait, do we have warranties here? Warranty car. Yeah, insurance. I've updated my insurance. I'm all good to go. I'm chilling. Okay. In the comments. Oh, OP has offered the following explanation for why they think they might be the arsehole. I set up a curfew for my 20-year-old sister. She's an adult who loves going out at night, and I probably could have handled things differently. So I might be in the wrong here. I feel like this is a situation personally where the sister should go move into a share house if she's not going to respect the rules of the house and continuously wake up a baby. So I don't think that OP is the arsehole here, but I'm open to having my mind changed on that if there's some weird universe where I'm not correct. Not the arsehole. I admit it does sound like a bit of a power trip to ground your adult sister, but it is well within your rights to enforce rules when you're allowing your sister to live there, apparently for free. If she wants full freedom to do what she wants, she can always rent her own place. If she's in college, she is definitely old enough to have some responsibility. I laughed about the terminology ground her, but in all honesty, what are OP's options? Sister has zero respect for the baby or the parents. If dad is so appalled, he needs to facilitate new living arrangements for her. This isn't about what or who she's doing out late, it's about waking up the damn baby. This is as main character as it gets. Yeah, dad can step up. Mia, the drunk and irresponsible college student, is she actually going to class, is not showing that she is capable of respecting the family who has offered her a place to stay. It's quite a stretch to assume that she's not going to class simply because she's going out late on the weekends and being a nuisance when coming home drunk. I worked, partied, and still went to class as a college student. More than once, I would get home at 3 to 4 a.m., then take a nap, shower, and class from 8 to 11 a.m. It's called Reddit yoga. I don't like this Reddit yoga. Too bad, you're doing the Reddit yoga. Oh, I got the burps. Okay. Not the asshole, though grounding a 20-year-old is not really a thing. I think since she can't seem to function normally when she drinks, on those nights, she just needs to crash at a friend's place. I think next semester she should get a house with some friends. She should just have a much better experience. She would have a much better experience her last 2 years of school. OP says I never use the word grounding. She did. I see it as more a house rule than anything else. Your sister is the one acting like a spoiled child instead of a considerate adult, which is why the rule is necessary, whatever it's called. It's not like you are punishing her or policing her because you see yourself in a parental role to her. You have to take measures to stop her coming home late at night, needlessly waking up the baby because she refuses to do one simple thing needed to take care to not wake him up herself. She's being a brat and is now offended at facing a rule needed to curtail brattish behavior. I like that rule. I think I've read enough here to deem it a success. That I've got enough from the comments. What do you guys have to say about this one? How much to turn off ads the next stream I catch? I don't have an option to really turn off because I still need to monetize the stream, unfortunately. Monetization. If I make member tiers like $1 American, then you can sign up to be a member and not get ads, right? I'm sorry if that screws over Epic Zoe, who's like done 13 months of support, which I love you very much for. But if people don't want ads, I can offer membership for $1 instead of $5 Australian dollars, if that would help curtail the ad problem. Every time I see ads come up on the right screen here, I do try my best to skip ads and not have them play. Sorry about that. Celebrate the 10th live on a super. Oh my god, Becky Penguin with 10 donations? That's crazy. In the comments on the live stream, the Markee live stream, people say punish with baby scream. Markee's sister is named Sissy, of course. Markee's sister is Markee. Okay. I said that Smosh Reddit Stories is the adult version of Saturday morning cartoons. His name is Sorry. Sorry. Why did your message retracted, Epic Zoe? What happened? What was that message? Your brain is a wonderful place. Second legendary comment. I like watching them too, but for the chance they have bad takes on stories. I think it's low as you can get them. Yeah, I have ads as low as I can get them currently. Have you read the story about Pebbles the raccoon who went to a $5? The cost of 1 coffee a month. You too can get rid of ads to enjoy Markee in all of his glory. Yo, thank you Epic Zoe for the $5. At the cost of just 1 coffee a month, you guys too can get rid of ads. You can get rid of the ads if you become a channel member. Oh my god, bruh. Epic Zoe and the reaction to update. What? Yes. Markee, have you read the one about Pebbles the raccoon who went to the wedding before? If you haven't, then it's a good palate cleanser if you end up needing it. No updates on the raccoon tax though. If another story does end up happening where we need that, bring it up then and we will palate cleanse. But there haven't been any terrible ones. Read the story about Pebbles the raccoon, please. Oh my god. Okay, next stream. Next stream we'll read Pebbles the raccoon. I'll just bring it up on the next tab. Okay, there's enough fanfare. Am I the asshole for bringing a raccoon to my sister's wedding? And it has an update too, doesn't it? Care representative, 1 year ago. Let's see. Apparently it has an update. All of them have been removed though. Okay. I see. Thank you for the updates. Yeah, thank you for the updates, gang. Sorry if I'm getting off topic here a little bit, but yes. God, let's go. I really think it's a fair rule that she should have used it for. Why support YouTube when you can just support Markee? Absolutely. Live memberships definitely do not go back towards YouTube. They are a fair and honest way of supporting a creator. Thank you. It does, but no pictures of the raccoon and a bow tie. Raccoon and a bow tie. What? Oh, isn't he cute? I hope that's not AI generated. Look at this little man. Isn't he the best? Oh. Isn't he wonderful? Beautiful man. Beautiful. I hate you. I have YouTube Premium. Oh. Why was my membership paused? I don't know why your membership was paused. Is it currently paused? Wait, what's going on here? Is YouTube attacking me? What have I done? I don't know why your membership was paused. My bad. Is it currently paused? I don't know. I don't have answers to this one. Let me know after I read this update. I don't want people leaving too much, you know? Sorry, I'm yapping. Keep it just at me and I'll get back to you on that. 1 second, guys. Okay. And now onto the update. Before I start this update, I want to recommend reading my comments on my previous post. There were many questions that I was able to answer there. Okay, I'll go do that. Let's go find the comments on the previous post. They should be here. Okay, let's read them. Not the asshole. Power trip, she wants full freedom. OP says the deal, she is living here for free, but only for now. The deal is for her to start paying a small portion of rent once she gets a job. Another comment, not the asshole, and you've given her way more chances than I would have. I would tell her that if she wakes the baby up one more time, then she's out. I can't imagine how annoyed your husband must be that you keep letting your adult sister act like an entitled 16-year-old. OP replies, my fiancé is actually the reason that I've been giving her this many chances. A big reason why I'm establishing the curfew now is because the situation has gotten bad enough that even he's sick of it. Before oh, okay. Is that all? Let's see. Was there any other comments from OP? Let's check their profile. They did say that there was, you know, that is some good context. I won't lie. Is this the only thing they've commented on? So that's the update. Okay. A lot of people are asking this, so let me explain why this is not an option. Technically it's possible, but moving my son from the nursery that I lovingly prepared while pregnant to the room that my sister has been messing up since January would require time, effort, and patience, none of which I'd have for this situation. I have a baby and a job, as does my fiancé, and I'm 99.9% sure that my sister wouldn't help us. I'm making enough efforts as it is, and I refuse to do something like this when she can easily just use her key. As for crashing somewhere else, I have suggested it before. There is always a reason why she can't do it. Yeah, dude, it's too much effort to ask people to crash at their place. It's embarrassing. I'd rather just never ask. I'm not sure I'd appreciate the women like OP comment there, but my son is used to normal sounds. The door beeping loudly at 4 in the morning is not a normal sound. No, I don't expect everyone else to cater to my baby, but I do expect those sharing a space with him to let him sleep. It's not hard to use the normal key. Just gonna check the chat real quick. Did we get an answer as to Kyria? No? Okay. Going back to the comments. The noise that the electronic lock makes alerts whoever's inside that someone is trying to get in, and even if I wanted to turn the volume off, I can't. The problem is she usually is drunk, so there aren't many opportunities for her to help. Oh my god, okay. We did. The one we use doesn't have a silent mode. Even if it did, the whole point of the noise is to alert us in case someone tries to get in. I don't think I'd like that option. We don't live in the US. The school year started in February. Oh, they're in Australia. Yeah, how's it go bloody going, mate? That's when we start. Could be Australia, could be another country. But that's when we start school. The one that we don't use doesn't have a silent function. We try to lock, no dorm situation. Yeah, there's no dorms in Australia. I mean, some universities have dorms, but it's not usual for them to dorm here. The keypad is an additional safety measure that we're not giving up on. I don't let her near the baby when she's drunk. I agree that it's not a reasonable curfew for an adult, but it's a reasonable curfew for someone who has been disrespecting the household rules to the point of making life harder for others. Very. It makes noises whenever something is typed in, as well as another one once the door has been unlocked, and she's not just quietly typing in the password. She's being loud. Besides that, slamming the door, knocking stuff over, etc. Okay, for this one especially, I'm kicking her out. I'm kicking you out for that one, buddy. Jesus. That's just so disrespectful. Legal drinking age here. Yeah, this is Australia. She's here in Australia, mate. Welcome. One of my own. One of my bloody countrymen. I've never asked either of those two rules from her. Most of my house rules are basically just different ways of saying don't touch my shit. All jokes aside, there are some rules that are actually important, the keypad being one of them. If the latter happens, I'll find out. She tells our mother everything, and my mum would tell me. I know my family, but honestly, I don't need her to pay me right now. My father still gives her some money for personal expenses, so I'm not spending too much on her. It only wakes him up when it's used after I put him to sleep, which only happens when my sister ignores me. The solution for her is to listen to me and use her normal key. I'm wondering why you have... I can understand why you have one with a lock on like that, but like, in this situation, either she leaves or you like remove that lock with the keypad, but then it inconveniences you, and you shouldn't have to do that. She should just respect you. Understandable, really. He's a younger sibling, so he tends to be more patient with her, especially now that we're all living together. He's always agreed that she was being rude, but didn't want us to fight over it. Changing the password was his idea, and it didn't seem to work, unfortunately. My fiancé is actually the reason, giving her chances, yes. The keypad is only a problem with Mia. Ooh, name drop. Use it late at night. No one else does that. It wouldn't be worth spending money on another one. I didn't give her the new password, she only has her key. She used the keypad last Friday because she'd forgot that I'd changed it. Huh. Okay. It wasn't just the door, she was being noisy in general. The door was just the loudest part. Yes, the keypad there is to be used, but not while my child is asleep. Nobody has ever had a problem with that. Mia knew that I changed the code, she forgot about it on Friday. And I absolutely do remember being 20. My mother had a similar rule to avoid waking our dogs, and I never disobeyed that. I think the sister is being very disrespectful in this situation. I don't blame you for grounding your adult sister. What does she think this is? My God. Swear jar, but for waking the baby? She's gonna go broke. Markee went hard into that Aussie accent. Is this sis drunk or a zombie? Yeah, I don't know about that one, mate. Yeah, no, that bloody hell, mate. She's bloody drunk and a zombie, innit? Markee went hard into the Aussie accent as if I don't have an Aussie accent. Okay. It's not particularly Aussie. It's a little bit weaker than your typical Aussie accent, I'll admit. 1 like equals 1 petition signature for Rob to have a better stepdaughter. Much agree. I agree with this one. Pop-up chats in my account risked being banned due to my adblock software, so since I spend all day on YouTube, I just paid for the premium. I don't want adware problems again, so adblock stays. Yeah, I got that one too. It was scaring me. Your school year starts in February, but when does it end? School year ends usually late November, early December for people, and then we have like our summer break. Summer break in November, December, huh? Ain't that crazy? He's gone super Aussie. Yeah, bloody hell, mate. How's it bloody going? Good to see ya. G'day, g'day. And how's it going? What do you know? We strike a light. Intermission hoochie daddy shorts. I politely demand random hats upon entry and exit into the room. Just kidding. Unless I only have this random hat right here. It's really cool and epic. I don't have any other random hats, really. I have another blue hat. I don't know where I put it, though. I don't have that many hats, unfortunately. More than rent, kick her out. Call an emotional compensation and ask for anyone who pressures her to pay rent instead. Were you born without full control over your emotions and completely immature? Kyria. Are the Redditors expecting the baby to adjust to their behavior in their own home so that OP's sis can party? What's the point of an alarm if you can turn the volume off? I agree. If she has enough money to go out and get wasted and come home at 4 a.m., she's got enough money to contribute to the bills. I'm not so sure about if she does have the money to contribute to the bills, but we can always speculate if she does. I hope she can look after herself. Full Aussie accent. I'm allergic to prawns on the Barbie. Stop attacking me, damn it. Stop attacking me. What did I do to you? Okay, and now on to the update. Before I start this update, I want to recommend reading my comments on my previous post. There were many questions that I was able to answer there. It's very hard to explain my relationship with my younger sister in proper detail, but I will say that while I love her dearly, Mia has always been a very inconsiderate person. I have countless examples. She almost didn't attend our cousin's wedding last year because she didn't want to walk to the venue, which was 2 blocks away from our mum's place. We shared a bathroom when we were younger, and she would insist on having the top drawers because she didn't want to crouch down, but she was cool with me doing so. She slept through my college graduation and didn't apologize for it. I'm bringing this up now because whenever I asked Mia why she kept forgetting to use her key, her excuse was that looking through her bag took too long and the keypad was quicker. In her head, bothering other people is better than slightly inconveniencing herself. After I established the curfew, Mia tried different ways to make me change my mind. She'd talk about not being able to cancel her tickets for Party X. I remember we had a Party X like that here. That was weird. Or about the fun her friends had at Party Y. Oh, okay. Thought they meant like Project X. My bad. She'd show me her developing LinkedIn profile and then tell me she had learned her lesson and would be more responsible. Okay, weird. At first, I didn't really want to have to kick her out, which many of you suggested, but I have my limits. A few days ago, I heard her complaining to her friends on the phone about her bitch of a sister who wouldn't let her do anything. Later that day, I asked her which of our parents she planned on moving in with. Cue more fighting. I managed to tell her that I had no obligation to continue housing her for free if she couldn't respect my family. Mia could either move back in with our parents or continue living with me for the low price of respecting my infant son and stop complaining about it. We did have a very productive conversation afterwards. I managed to get a lot off my chest, as did my sister. Mia apologized for everything. She admitted that she had been selfish, promised she'd make efforts to change and mature. I'm a strong believer that people can change, which is why I'm not kicking her out right now. But I made it very clear that Mia is on thin ice, buckaroo, and the next time she does anything like this will be the last time she ever sees the inside of my home. The curfew will continue until the end of the semester, as originally planned. My father also agreed to pay for Mia to go back to therapy. It helped her a lot when she was younger, so I'm hopeful about the future of this living situation. I also want to thank those who suggested a white noise machine. My son is not a light sleeper. The keypad is just very loud and startles him awake. But my fiancé and I are looking into getting one. Anything that helps our baby sleep better is welcome. Thank you, Reddit. In the comments, hey, C musician, it's called respect. C musician, is that a reference I'm not understanding? OP has a very legitimate reason for asking Sis to be quiet and respect that a baby is sleeping. Sister absolutely doesn't have to abide by OP's rules if she feels that strongly about it, but she can't live there. And OP says, yeah, that's a huge part of my point. I'm not forcing her to live with me. She's doing so to make her own life easier. I have no problem with that, but I do respect that my child be respected as well. That there is what anime nerds call equivalent exchange. If you want something, you must pay an equal price for it. Mia gets to live for free, and the price for that is that she does not have as much freedom as she would like. If she wants the freedom to come and go as she pleases, then the price is that she has to pay for an apartment. The fact that she'd rather wake a sleeping infant than go through her purse is just selfish, and lazy is too weak a descriptor for that. Also, the idea that you, not her, is keeping her from doing stuff is just mind-boggling. I'm really happy that she's in therapy because that shit ain't normal. Did your parents never allow her to suffer any consequences for her actions as you were growing up? And/or is she incredibly stupid? OP says she did suffer consequences, but Mia never liked hearing the word no, specifically from me. I wouldn't even call her lazy, she just genuinely doesn't even think about anyone else. If it's a minor inconvenience to her, then she probably won't do it. That's why I'm so glad that she's returning to therapy. Yeah, there's something wrong with her. Dragon Fairy Queen going crazy with the links every time. There's just something about that keypad noise, isn't there? My dog hated ours so much that we took it off and put a regular door lock back on. He would just go insane anytime it was used. OP says, right? It's uncanny. I take that there's no option to silence it. Yeah. Target. Burglars will target easy homes. Exactly. OP says, no, we can't silence it. I'm also not buying another, as the one that we have works perfectly and doesn't give us any other problems. My sister was the only one using it at night. The burp screwed me up there. As long as she doesn't do it anymore, then we should be fine. What's so crazy about all of this to me is that you all asked was for her to use her key instead of the keypad when she gets home late. This one request for a free place to live. I think there will be more drama, but I totally understand why it's hard to kick your sister out. Yeah, we live in the Southern Hemisphere. They're in Australia. You realize that this summer will be her hot girl era, and she will still be her, but kudos to you for second chances. We're not in summer anymore. I mean, this summer coming up in 6 months, yeah. OP says, I live in the Southern Hemisphere. Summer starts in December, and we'll all be traveling for the holidays. But I don't think she'd want to stay with us during the summer anyway. White noise machine, yes. Okay, anything else from OP? Just lots of bad comments. Oh, sea musician. Oh, that's what they meant. I was wondering, was the reference to something? Hey, sea musician. Sea musician's down the bottom. Let's see what the drama is. You're an asshole. A ton of these examples is more you being pissed off because they're doing what you want. Okay, sea musician, that's your opinion, buddy. I don't see that. I also don't see why all the backstory was necessary. 20-year-old gets free room and board. All they have to do is not wake the baby during the night. If Mia doesn't like it, then she can leave. OP is still not the asshole. I don't know, guys. Let's start a Q&A. No. Let's start a poll. Was C musician right? Hello, Mia. Do be quiet. Poor Mia. She's probably better off at mum and dad's. I reckon she is. There, then she can move back in with them. I'm not forcing her to live with me. You're the asshole for being a pushover. You already gave her multiple chances and you just caved in. Respectfully grow a backbone, or her and the others like her will continue walking all over you. I'm not letting her walk all over on me. This is the first time I threatened to kick her out, which is why I'm giving her another chance. She knows I'm serious about this. I'd love an update in the future to see if she follows the rules or ends up being kicked out. OP says, I think she'll follow them, but only because taking longer to get her classes every day would be a bigger inconvenience than looking through her purse. Seriously, I'm so freaking glad that she's going back to therapy. Good on ya. Good on ya, OP. Not the asshole, disable the beeps for your digital lock. No. OP says, I can't disable the sound. I'm also not disconnecting anything. That lock was expensive and we don't have any other problems with it. What? I'm not going to put the... Oh, sorry, I did forget the what. Okay, I'm sorry that I didn't put the what option in the poll. But hey, my brain just works in mysterious ways. 10-hour videos with black screen and hairdryer sound. The best ones. What? You guys listen to 10-hour videos with black screen and hairdryer sound? Is that what I'm missing out? Should I be sleeping better at nighttime with that instead? Oh my god. Oh. Shall I start betting the pool? Shall I start the betting pool for how long this lasts? Yeah, $10 dues is my first bet. Semester has to be close to over. She might be able to skate by. I call before the end of the month. Semester. I think some people are only just starting their semesters right now at uni. Uni semester Australia dates. Where are they at right now? Semester 1, generally February to June. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, they're close to the end of semester right now. My bad. Only got a few weeks left. Ali finally made it to a live stream, and Ali will finally make it to the end of a live stream as well. That's crazy. See, musician is Mia's throwaway account. Oh my god, there's so many couch stories being brought up. Please, we have to ban the couch emoji. It's triggering. I just want to put in a word for OP. My ex had one of those key padlocks, a schlag. And it was definitely loud enough to wake up the whole first floor, like crazy loud. The beeping of the keypad is pretty loud, but the mechanical of the lock mechanism sounds like the seventh seal poppin'. Damn. A lot of the pet sitting clients have them, and I agree. The sound most of them make while unlocking is shockingly loud, even though I know what they sound like by now. I still can't help but think, damn dude, every time they go off. Given the number of roommate disputes I've heard and read about, I'd say she's not really being treated like a child at all. It sounds like she's being treated much the same as any other adult roommate who can't be asked to be considerate. I was reading thinking, she isn't treating her sister like a child. Children can understand and follow directions of appropriate complexity for their age. OP is treating her sister like an idiot because that's what she is. The dummy got drunk and forgot about the door code changing, and then got it wrong so many times that she set off an alarm, all while she had a key in her bag.